Over the past couple of updates, GTA Online has become more and more of a single-player game. Heist preps, business sales, resupplies and missions, all able to be done by yourself and allowing you to pretty much play all of GTA Online's content solely by yourself, in an invite-only session, without anyone else bothering you or to interact with. So my question is, has GTA Online become an online single-player game, and is this a good thing? Let's discuss. I came to this question after being a true 2023 internet user and only reading the title of an article before getting really upset about the entire article as a whole. After all, they got the click that they wanted, so I could move on to Twitter and be upset about it. When the businesses were first introduced in GTA Online, everything had to be done in a public session. The Doomsday Heist forced you to go into a public session to do the prep missions before you could do the setup missions. Contact missions give you a bonus for playing with 3 other people, and they still do, and selling in a post-OP van could potentially be met with some explosive competition. The game encouraged you to be around other players and try to spice up the gameplay rather than going from A to B to deliver your vehicle by yourself while you're listening to a podcast or a stream. But as time went on, people got tired of being blown up by Timmy on his variety of "I feel like being an asshole today" devices and started to look for different ways to sell their businesses in public sessions, preferably solo, which also led to Rockstar trying to fix these solo public session exploits so people would go back to getting blown up by Timmy. Or they played on PC, that's possible too. Eventually, Rockstar started to realize that people are indeed not really that great to each other in the grand scheme of things, and somehow get a strange satisfaction out of ruining other people's days for their own pleasure. So with the release of the Casino Heist, players were finally able to do the casino prep missions in an invite-only session. They also introduced the Master Control Terminal that allowed you to manage all your businesses, but unfortunately you had to be in a public session for that, and naturally, people weren't all that happy with that. The heist, however, was praised for the fact that you didn't have to go anywhere near a public session because, unlike business sales, there wasn't really any benefit of doing it in a public session. What was Rockstar going to do? Give you 10% more money for doing a prep in a public session? Entirely useless, really. So people went off to their invite-only sessions to play the new heist, only to come out of it to get stuck in the finale because randoms joined. This was, as far as I recall, the start of the single-playerification of GTA Online. And no, that's not a real word, but it does sound pretty cool. The major updates that followed, the Tuners, Kuiper Rico and Contract DLCs could all be done by yourself in an invite-only session too. Especially the Kuiper Rico heist was very significant as it allowed you to do an entire heist by yourself without a single soul bothering you. And in 2022, people finally got the final nail in the coffin that they so desired. With the release of the Criminal Enterprises DLC, you could now sell your businesses in invite-only sessions too, completing the single-player experience of GTA Online. So, is this a good thing? In my opinion, no, not at all. While I agree it's great to have an option to sell your stuff in peace, it takes away the aspect of the game that you're playing. GTA Online, an online multiplayer game. Rockstar is making efforts of trying to promote selling your businesses still in a public session by giving you 2% extra more money for each player in the session, which typically leads to a pretty significant amount of cash. Sometimes in the hundreds of thousands, with larger amounts like for your bunker, you're probably getting closer to $1 million. But for many people, this simply isn't worth the risk. They stay in invite-only sessions, playing all the current content in the game just simply by themselves, never touching the PvP aspect of the game at all, earning all that money. But for what? You earned millions of dollars to get a new supercar, but just only drive it in free roam? Well, of course not, because the Oppressor Mark II or the Sparrow is a much faster way of getting around the map and getting your missions done faster. GTA Online has a wide variety of game modes and PvP aspect for a reason, but people just for some reason actively avoid them, and it kind of baffles me. Why wouldn't you want to go and race the cars you spend all your time grinding for?
People ran me off the road.
Learn to avoid them, become a better racer, learn the tracks, learn the cars. Adversary modes?
They don't pay enough.
Really? My politically incorrect racial epithets?
Death matches?
People spam RPGs and helmets.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, I'll give you that one. Public free roam sessions have a lot more to offer than invite-only sessions, like free mode events, business battles and more. A lot more goes on, it's a lot more alive, but some people would rather shut themselves off from the majority of the game and then also probably claim that the game is dead and there's nothing to do. It shows too, because game modes are often left abandoned and the majority of the player base can be found in free roam. Or that's just the matchmaking being as shoddy as it is. It honestly is shocking how terrible it is at times. I personally argue that Rockstar should make a bigger effort to encourage multiplayer versus playing solo. The solo experience should also be a bit more challenging, but when I say challenging, I don't mean crack up the rapid fire AI or make extremely accurate enemies melt you within seconds. Or also having AI constantly spawn behind you while you drive a slow vehicle from A to B, because you know, all of that stuff is just rather boring and also very annoying. Encouraging players with a higher payout for doing activities in a group versus by yourself is a very good starting point. For example, the Kai Perico heist with a group will always pay out less than when playing solo. Doing a casino heist with 2 players versus with 3 or 4 is also the better option. Why isn't it not the other way around? You would think that with a bigger group you'll be able to grab more loot, right? Thus a bigger payout. The reality is that GTA Online players aren't motivated by fun for the most part. Most players are motivated by the "what's in it for me" mentality. If I don't get paid for it, I simply won't do it. Which, to be fair, is the majority of the gaming community as a whole, or I guess maybe even human beings. If there's not really a feasible reward for it, why would I bother go and do it? Sometimes it is worth to go and do something fun, but most of the time I might just go and do the thing again where I actually get rewarded for my time. Look no further than people playing Shipment 24/7 in Call of Duty, grinding nothing but camos or that luscious XP boost. Another way to motivate players to do more multiplayer stuff is giving them other rewards for them, either through community events or challenges, or maybe even personal goals and or challenges, to give them and push them into different directions of the game and thus give them something else to do than just staying in an invite-only session. In short, don't punish people for playing solo, rather encourage them to play with others and reward them for it. Bring back the multiplayer into GTA Online, but keep the solo experience there for those who wish to engage it. I very much respect the fact that there's people out there who just simply want to be by themselves, enjoy some peace and quiet, and just enjoy a nice, smooth, casual, chill experience. After all, sometimes you just gotta take a little break from the chaos of GTA Online. But those are just some of my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and if you like what you see on our channel, become a member like Chloe and GTA Plus. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.